Sermon for the 27th Sunday of the year 2020. It was the stone rejected by the builders that became the keystone. The keystone is a top stone in the middle of an arch that is put in at the last moment when building an arch. It is the last stone to go in and the most important one. They have to use scaffolding to get the whole thing together. Leave the scaffolding in place until the cement has dried. Then a keystone holds the whole structure together. So the keystone has to be of the best quality with no flaws or cracks in it. But in this case, our Lord says it was the one rejected by the builders that was chosen. So what does that mean for us? It means we don't have to be the best person in the world in order to qualify for heaven. We just have to try our best, like the rejected keystone in this parable. But it does say that it was the Lord's doing. Again, our Lord was using a parable to illustrate a point. In this case, it was a vineyard that a man planted. He got it all ready, then leased it to tenants. When the time came for the harvest, they double-crossed him and killed all his messengers. In the end, he sent an army to exterminate them and seize back control of the vineyard. In the time of our Lord, vineyards are very important, along with olive groves. Isaiah, in today's first reading, talks about a friend of his who prepared the vineyard, but in the end, after all his efforts, he only got sour grapes. So sometimes, after all our hard work, we don't get back what we expect. St. Paul in the second reading today is telling the people of Philippi to pray for the things they need with prayer and thanksgiving. In other words, be confident and trusting. Many times people worry and fret about so many things instead of praying about them and asking for God's help. St. Paul spent most of his life in the service of the Lord, travelling all over the Mediterranean, setting up new Christian communities, sometimes in the face of opposition from the Jewish or Roman authorities. He learned to trust in God and to leave the outcome to God.